Hey guys, today I have my 2013 beauty favorites for you. Now I'm breaking this up into two parts. This is going to be all the makeup stuff, and then the next part will be like skincare, hair care, any sort of fashion favorites, stuff like that, and nail polish. So that'll all be in the next video. Hopefully this is okay with you guys. I just didn't want the video to be too crazy long. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. So I'm going to start with all the face products for the month, not the month, the year, and I have two foundations, and if you guys watched me before 2013, you know that Revlon Color Stay was my ish, man. I would not venture from Revlon Color Stay. I tried the whipped one, and I didn't like it, so I was like, you know what, nope, nothing is ever going to beat this. Yeah, like one other foundation. It's really trying things out. But anyway, so I did try two foundations this year that I loved. I just fell in love with these, and honestly they've replaced Revlon Color Stay for me, which is really scary. So Revlon Nearly Naked is the first one, and the other one is CoverGirl 3-in-1. So both of these foundations I think got a fair amount of love on YouTube. I'll talk about the Nearly Naked one for a bit here. So this is probably my favorite everyday foundation because it feels the best on my skin. I think when I first apply it, it looks the best. It just sinks into the skin very nicely, but not into fine lines or anything like that. It doesn't emphasize dryness, which I do have a problem with a little bit with the 3-in-1. It works really well for me. I just really love this foundation. It's a little bit more liquidy than the typical liquid foundation that I usually am, I guess, used to, but I just love this thing. I really, really do. So this is definitely a favorite from 2013. And the 3-in-1, oh, by the way, the Nearly Naked one, I have the shade 130 Shell. Okay, sorry, the 3-in-1, I have the shade 825 Buff Beige. This is one of the longest wearing foundations I've ever tried. I'm wearing this one today, and it makes, I feel like the rest of my makeup apply better, like my bronzer and my contouring and blush just look better in my opinion. I don't know, maybe it's like a psychological thing, but I feel like they just look nicer. This foundation blends into the skin really well. I feel like it just sets really nicely, but as I mentioned, it does sort of emphasize dryness, so I feel like now that it's winter, it's a little bit more difficult to work with. I think during the summer and the spring it'll probably be a little bit better, but I really do love this, and mine's all dirty, but the pump is a great plus too, so I love this one as well. Next two things are powders. The first one is the Wet n Wild Coverall. I've talked about this before a lot too. This is my third compact of this, and I have the shade Fair/Light. I think this is a great affordable drugstore powder. It's a little bit more powdery than most pressed powders, but I think that it sets into the skin, blends really well, sets everything nicely. I just really, really enjoy this powder. So if you're looking for a nice, just very buttery, smooth powder, I like this one a lot. Next one is Rimmel Stay Matte. Actually, this is only the first one that I purchased, but as you can tell, there's not a whole lot left in there. This was in my 2012 beauty favorites as well. I just love this powder. I think if I was to repurchase one right now, I think this would be the next one that I would get, just because it keeps your face really, really matte. I think that's a problem that I have with some other powders. I have a slight oiliness like in my T-zone and stuff, but other than that, I don't really need a whole lot. This powder generally takes care of any other problems that I would have with oiliness, so love this one. It's really good. Moving on to blushes, I narrowed it down to 4, which I feel like is a pretty good thing for me, and I think a lot of these have been in my favorites videos. Actually, yeah, they've definitely all been in favorites videos. The first one is, no shocker, is NARS Deep Throat. I hit pan on it this year, and look at that. I'm very proud of the fact that I hit pan on this. So this is my favorite blush of all time. I love this thing so much. It's really, really awesome. If you guys like NARS Orgasm, you should try Deep Throat because man, this sounds so dirty. This one I think is way better. At least for my skin tone, I think it's way more flattering. So you guys should check this one out. The next two are Wet n Wild Color Icon blushes. You can't really go wrong with any of the Color Icon blushes, but by far these two colors I think are everyone's favorites and mine as well. They are Heather Silk, which is a matte cooler pink, and this is Pearlescent Pink, which is a shimmery, almost, I'm not a dupe, but very similar to Deep Throat. So the Pearlescent Pink one, this one I wore a ton during the summer because it is a glowier color. It makes you look a little bit tanner, I think, or at least complements a tan, which I clearly am not right now. Anyway, it's a really, really good blush. And the other one, Heather Silk, I talked about, I believe in my last favorites video. No, maybe my November one. Because it looks really good with red lips. It just adds like this really nice, healthy glow, I guess you could say. But it's a matte blush, so I don't know how that works, but it's really nice. And the last one is the NYX blush in Peach. Now, this is a color I've talked about before, and I will say it again, I don't think this color would work on anyone with really deep skin tones just because it is slightly chalky. It doesn't apply that way on me because I am very fair, but I feel like it would look like that on other people's skin. But it is just a really nice color. I don't know if I would call it a peach really. On my skin it looks more of like a pinkier peachy color, and it's matte, so it's really, really flattering. So that's definitely a favorite as well. Alright, moving on to eyes. I have a lot of things here that you've all, you know, had your fair share with in my videos. First category is eyeshadow. Big shocker there. And they are my e.l.f. mineral eyeshadows. I just had to give them a little shout out here again because these things, I feel like I will always love these. Like, there's nothing that will ever, like, replace these. Like, my love for them is just, it's unending. Aww. So the two favorites I have are Celebrity and Caffeinated. I've talked about these too many times, so I'm just not going to say a whole lot about them. If you haven't tried them though, you need to try them. They are amazing. Even if you are kind of hesitant as far as like loose shadows go, these are foolproof in my opinion. I love these. They're super metallic and shimmery and gorgeous. I love them. Can't say enough good things. Alright, the next two are actually MAC eyeshadows, and I really don't think I've purchased a whole lot of MAC shadows this year, or this past year, but these two jumped out at me a lot because the first one is Moleskin. I do believe this was a limited edition color, but any sort of actually blending, like light, medium, brown shade, I'm all over that stuff. This is a matte, and this is for like blending shades in your crease and stuff like that. I apply it before I apply my crease color. Makes blending super easy. The next one is Prussian. This is a matte squared, and this is, if I could open it, is a navy blue. This year, I definitely embraced blue eyeshadow way more than I ever had. I've always owned a ton of blue eyeshadow because I always thought it was really, really pretty, but I never knew exactly how to wear it. But I've been incorporating it way more this year, so this is definitely one of my most worn crease shadows for 2013. Speaking of blue, I do have this pair of false lashes. This isn't exactly my favorite because of the blue, but it's the style number 110 by Ardell. These are my favorite for everyday, and I know it's kind of weird to say favorite false lashes for everyday because who really wears them every day? To be honest though, in the past few months, I've been wearing them multiple times a week just because I feel like it looks better, and they're actually very natural looking, surprisingly. So, this is just a very basic style, and they are honestly very natural looking. Some people like stare at me and they're like, are those your real lashes? Like, they get kind of confused, so it's never like, oh, for sure she's wearing falsies type of thing. So number 110 really, really works for my eye shape and my lashes, I guess. The next one are the ones that I'm wearing today and that I get questions about more than the other ones because you can't really see the number 110s in my videos. The ones that you guys can always see in the videos are number 120. These are very popular on YouTube, but they are definitely, for sure, if you're in person, you're like, she's wearing false lashes. Like, there's no getting around that one. So these I like to wear in videos more just because they show up and they look nice on camera. And if I'm going to do pictures or something, I would wear these over the 110s as well. But these are just really fun, and they flare out on the sides and stuff. I don't think they work as well for my eye shape as the 110s do, but again, on camera they look really nice. Okay, this is probably no surprise to you guys either. This is the Lorac Liquid Luster. I actually purchased this at the end of 2012. And I have just loved this stuff so much. I actually spilled, it was devastating, guys. I spilled some of it, so there's like the liquid to glitter ratio in here is not quite as equal as it used to be, so it's a little bit more difficult to use now, but I would repurchase this. If I couldn't use it anymore, I would totally buy a new one. It's so worth it. This is the diamond one. There's also a gold one. I don't know if it's actually called gold or what, but I use this for highlighting my inner corners, and dude, this stuff is the best. Alright, last things for eyes actually are the Inglot shadows. I love Inglot. So in love with Inglot right now. And I don't actually have very many eyeshadows from Inglot. These are the only ones that I own. But as you guys may remember, I made this, made this palette when I was in Vegas for my 21st birthday, so I've been using it a ton ever since. This matte shade is great. This matte black is good. I love this olive green. I haven't used these two shades as much as I expected to, but these two in particular I really, really love. And then the brown one right here. I use this all the time now. It's so, so good. It's almost replaced my e.l.f. caffeinated. This is what I used to use all the time. I know it's sad to say it's replaced it, but this is a really, really awesome shade. I love this one a lot. So overall, just Inglot Shadows, their formula is just so good, and their shadows are way more affordable than, say, a MAC shadow. It's literally like less than half, I think. So they're just really good. Totally recommend them if you can get your hands on them. Alright, last category is lip products, and I saved this for last because my because my favorite products from 2013 is a lip product by far. So I'm going to get started though with the other ones that aren't exactly my favorite. So the first one is Wet n Wild Cherry Bomb. Whenever I'm wearing a dark lip, at least in 2013, this is always what I was wearing. I love this thing so much. It's not a super easy formula to work with just because it is a little bit drier. It doesn't exactly glide on super easily. It's not anything like undoable, but it requires a little bit more work. But I love this color. You guys always asked, like, whenever I was wearing a dark lip what it was. It was always Wet n Wild Cherry Bomb. I love this thing. Totally repurchase it if I ever have to. So this is a great one. I found my holy grail lip balm this year, and it is the Nivea Kiss of Moisture. If you guys don't believe me, this is literally, it's fully twisted up. Yep, that's all it is. I've tried the other ones. I've tried the other Nivea ones. I've tried EOS. I've tried Baby Lips. I've tried pretty much everything. I've tried the pot versions of the Nivea lip balms. I do like those as well, but it's just not as convenient as this twist up stick thing. I love this thing. Whenever my lips were even slightly chapped, this would do the trick. Put it on at night and wake up with your lips completely moisturized and fantastic. I love this thing. Okay, so you guys could probably guess what my favorite product from 2013 is because I talked about it a lot, used it in a ton of videos. It is the L'Oreal Color Riche Caress Wet Shine Stain in Lilac Ever After. I love this thing so much. I would wear this every single day. If I can only pick one lip product, you know, I love my dark lips. It would be really hard to not use them, but if I had to pick one thing, it would totally be this. I love this thing. I don't know what it is. In fact, this is almost gone because it doesn't really have a whole lot of product left in it. I very rarely use up lip products, so this is a big deal. So this is what the applicator looks like if you guys haven't seen it before, which I find hard to believe if you watch any of my videos. I love this thing. Couldn't recommend it more. It's a really great My Lips With Better shade for me. It's glossy. It makes my lips just look nice. It makes my teeth look whiter. I don't know how that works, but it does. And I just love it. It's my favorite product of the year. Yay! Alright, so that's it for this video. I hope you guys liked it, and stay tuned for part 2 coming up. Let me know what your favorite products for 2013 were in the comments below, and I will probably check them out because I have a strange addiction to beauty products that I really don't need. Who's with me on that one? If you're wondering what favorite brushes I have, I am going to be doing a whole separate brush video, not just for 2013, but just on my brushes, because a ton of people have been requesting that lately. So that is coming. I don't know when, but soon enough. So that is it. Again, stay tuned for part 2, and I will see you guys later. Bye. Oh, whoa, different outfit, Katie. Yeah, this is a different day, but I want to let you guys know that I've opened up an Ask Me Anything boys/dating edition on my vlog channel. So if you guys have any boys/dating questions, feel free to ask them. I don't know, I said this in this video, but I don't know what makes me qualified exactly to speak about this, but a bunch of people have been asking me to talk about it, so I'm going to do it, and this is going to be interesting. So again, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them, and I will see you guys later. Okay, bye!